Alright, we're going to take a look at one of my carbines. This is an 1886 style carbine. And the thing about these, there's not a lot of information on them. And I see in photographs online a lot of variances in them. Alright, and what it is just a scaled down Werndl action. Okay. They all have the unit markings on the buttstock. This one, I have no idea what this cutout is for. This little square and a hole in there. And it has the Jaeger style trigger guard. And like I said, compared to the rifle, it's just a scaled down version of it. It all functions the same, operates the same. But curiously enough, this carbine has that little turned up tab where the rifle goes out straighter. And let's see, we'll get it here. Yep. I'll go and reposition the camera where I can operate it, and we'll do that a little bit later in the video. But as you see, same thing, marked the same way. And this one does not have a year acceptance on it. So, it leads me to believe, is this a military weapon? And why I say that also is the rear sight on this one. This is more, I believe, of like a Firthworth sight. This sight is different. It's not like the military ones. Some of these guns could have been made for police units or border guard, other than standard infantry. Okay, I'm not quite sure. And you will find, like in the photographs I found online, you found all these little odd variations. This one takes a bayonet of some sort, and much like the rifle, has a bayonet lug on it. Same type of nose cap. Single band, but it has a different style sight, which I've seen on other guns that were more, they were made by this other company, and I think they were used for like the police and border units. We'll take a look at it from the underside, and I believe there's a few stock markings on there, stamps and a number on there. There's a look at and it has sling attachments like a rifle underneath. The cleaning rod's missing, and it has a different type of nose cap to retain the cleaning rod other than the rifles. And it is an 11.15, meaning that when I checked the groove diameter, 446, that's 446 thousandths is the groove diameter. It's about standard on all of these weapons, no matter what caliber they are. And speaking of caliber, this one is 11.15 by 36, which is basically a handgun caliber. This is a revolver round. And that's what these little guns were chambered in. So on all of these models, you know, we have the standard operation. There's 3 positions to the hammer. All the way down where it is, where this will lock the breech. You pull it back to half cock, and you notice the hammer will clear the receiver, or the round bolt or block. And like I said, this carbine one is bent up like a 1873. It's not like the rifle. And you snap it open. And if you look here, when you do that, right down in there is the ejector, and that'll knock your cartridge out. So you take your cartridge, just slide it in, close your bolt, pull the hammer back, and then when you fire it, it discharges the gun. Then you could pull this back, one click, and then hit this. There we go. And out comes your cartridge. I've done some work on this, but the powder I was using I didn't like, but more about that when I start talking about reloading for this gun. And this one here, kind of a little stiff. On there, maybe the firing pin or something, but we'll take a look at it during the disassembly. So, like I said, a lot of the reference material written about Werndls is in a foreign language, and I know there's variations of these guns. You don't see a lot in this style. You see more, I found more carbines in the 1873 style, which we will look at. And again, this front sight is not the standard sight. And how that should work, get the leaf over, is this should slide up the ramp and engage the notches here. But I believe this has been bent or damaged or just frozen with gunk, and this doesn't slide up, and that's how you would adjust your elevation on this sight, which I have seen this style sight on a different type of rifle other than Werndl, on a Firthworth carbine of some sort. So I'm not sure. This could be, and it doesn't have an Army acceptance date, so this weapon could have been built for police or some other type of other than the standard military. I'm not quite sure. But still, interesting little piece. And I mean, this, once we get the load done, these things are fun to shoot. All right. Now we'll go on to the next version.